Hey guys, welcome to Experimental Arts. I'm AJ, and today I'm going to be showing you how to kind of create a quick anime form. Oh, there's a drawing on that. All right, we're not going to use that side, we're going to use this side. A quick anime form. In the previous video, I did show you guys how to design a kind of quick scale model head with your own creativity. So I am going to go a little bit vertical, not vertical, I'm going to go all the way vertical on this because I'm going to make someone big enough so you guys can see. All right, so in the previous video, I showed you guys how to make a head. All right, and I can tell you right now, because I've been drawing this a lot, I just drew a circle that is way too big for this paper. All right. So if you are new to this and you start doing it and your body goes off the paper, that's fine. It's better to have it go off the paper than to be scrunching up your body form into the paper itself, because then you're going to teach yourselves bad habits. All right, so I'm just going to give myself a little drawing here. Okay, so there's the head of my creature. I say creature because it can be anything, because this is an anime design. All right, so that's all I need for my neck. Stick figures are huge for me, all right? All right, so I'm going to put in my shoulders here. Now, a little side note, I'm going to draw this, but I'm going to draw it straight, up and down. When you're reading manga or watching an anime, rarely does any of the forms, or even in our comic books here in the US, have a straight line as their force of movement. Usually something's even tilted. If you look at Tom and Jerry, when they're at attendance, they are curved, okay? So I'm going to show you the basics on how to draw that, and then in the next video, you'll see a little bit of movement for if you want to push yourself to go a little bit farther, all right? So here's my shoulders. They go past my head, all right, both ways. All right, so I'm going to bring my arms down. It's one of those things where I've been drawing this for a while that now I know where the arms go, where they hang. I learned a lot of this first by standing up and figuring out where my elbows landed in proportions to my body and where my knees landed. All right, so I would recommend doing that, figuring out where the body actually lines up with each other. There are actually diagrams of, like 7 heads make a person. I never had any luck with that, so this is just another option. All right, this part, number 1 and number 2, you can't see those numbers, are the same. All right, if you bend your arm up and touch your shoulder, your wrist is going to meet with your shoulder, okay? So your forearm and your bicep are going to be the same length. You can have more of a boxy figure. That's really just up to you. So here's where I forgot to draw my stick figure properly. All right. Same thing goes with your thighs and your calves. Okay, your thighs and your calves are going to be the same length. Okay. And I usually, where I put my hands and such, I just block it out. There's no need to try to create the perfect hand before you even have a proportionate body. All right. So that is kind of the basics of what I do to create a form. It's a stick figure. It's something you've been doing since you were first started doing art. It is the easiest form to recognize, and it's the quickest thing to do, especially when you have something making a lot of motion, like getting ready to have a fighting stance. This is going to get you set up for that in a matter of 5 minutes, at least, or less. All right, so here's my stick body, and I'm going to add some form to it. Okay, every time there's a joint, you're going to have a curve around that joint. All right, just like your shoulders bump out, your elbows bump out, and your knees bump out. That's why those circles are there. Okay, so, and I'm going to go in because I know that my wrist is thinner than where my elbow is. All right. Kind of just adding a little bit of body to this guy. Not everything is right. I am going to make a guy here. See if I could do it. Not everything is accurate, but it's giving me the general idea right now. So that I'm going to do the side view of his legs. Kind of figure out where the clothes are going to land. Because here's the thing. If I'm covering him in an entire outfit, or if I'm just covering him and he's an Egyptian and he's got, a sash and a skirt going on here, I'm not going to spend time on the parts of the body that are covered. I'm going to use my time wisely here, figure out what my form's going to basically look like, dress my form, and then spend time on the details that are actually going to show in my work. Okay? So really all we did right here is, I bumped out a little bit of the muscles here. But that's just something I know. I know that our calves stick out here in the back, okay? That's just general knowledge for me. But really, in all seriousness, I just went farther off these lines, and I have a form, all right? A form that I could be pretty content with, especially one that I can start putting clothes on. Your clothes that you want to do is up to you. If you want a hoodie, you're going to think if he has his hood down, it's going to bulk up here a little bit in the back. All right. And then his sleeves are going to be a little bit more poofy. And they're going to curve, okay? You're going to always have that curve where a piece of clothing stops and starts because it's going around the body, okay? This isn't actually a stick figure. You started out with a stick figure, but doesn't mean you're going to end with the stick figure. Whoops, I did that wrong. Okay? So then I can erase all of this, and I don't have to worry so much about what his arms look like because he's in a hoodie. All right, so I didn't waste time making the perfect arm because it wasn't necessary. But I know that my arms are the right proportion and they're in the correct location for my final draft. All right, so that's how to draw your basic form. I will see you in the next video. Toodaloo-baloo.